Democrats are predictably reigniting their push for the Green New Deal.
Yep, Congresswoman AOC and Senator Ed Markey are bringing forth the measure, the original authors.
It's going to be expensive. Griff Jenkins is live in Washington, D.C. as the president prepares for the big virtual climate summit. Griff?
Good morning, Ainsley, Brian, and Pete. Tomorrow is Earth Day, so perhaps it's only fitting that President Biden is launching his two-day virtual climate summit, hosting some 40 nations, including China, for talks as he unveils his goal of cutting emissions by 50% by the year 2030. Now, it comes after progressives, as you mentioned, led by Representatives Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Senator Ed Markey, relaunching the Green New Deal.
What we're going to do is that we're going to transition to a 100% carbon-free economy that is more unionized, more just, more dignified, and guarantees more health care and housing than we ever have before.
As part of the deal, Ocasio-Cortez wants to quadruple Biden's proposed investment in public housing, calling for $172 billion over 10 years to cut carbon emissions. Meanwhile, Republicans are outright slamming it.
This is not good for the American people. This is about the far left trying to change and reshape our economy and our country in their socialist vision.
The push to the left comes after Secretary of State Blinken acknowledged an administration-wide transition to a green economy will indeed hurt some Americans.
For all the opportunities offered by the unavoidable shift to clean energy, not every American worker will win out in the near term. Some livelihoods and communities that relied on old industries will be hit hard.
But the Green New Deal is not a done deal yet. Of course, Senator Joe Manchin, who we've seen not afraid to buck progressives, so we'll have to find out. He talked to reporters yesterday, calling the Green New Deal aspirational, not practical. So we'll see where that goes. Pete, Ainsley, Brian?
Yeah, Griff, they don't like each other. I appreciate it, but we like you. But we have to push you away now because you have to get busy. I think you can have breakfast.
There he goes.
Let's talk about the new Green Deal. The version of the new Green Deal that rolled out yesterday focuses on housing. We want to repeal limitations to construction for public housing, create 2 grant programs to modernize public housing, create programs to ensure improvements to reduce carbon emissions, fair cloth amendment, and fund tenant protection vouchers for displaced residents, and create an apprenticeship program for residents, along with getting rid of the combustion engine.
Yeah. I don't see a lot of, what they do is they do a ton of transformation under the guise of it's all green. And of course, with climate change is the religion of the left. This bill is their catechism, and they believe they can change human behavior because the world's going to end in 10 years if we don't.
Who's going to tell the cows?
The problem is it's just going to cost a lot of jobs. If you really think about it practically, we saw that happen with the Keystone Pipeline, and the alternatives are not there yet. It's going to cost you $93 trillion. This is your money. Ted Cruz says that's $600,000 for every single household. And he said, if your last name's not Zuckerberg or Gates, do you think you would be willing to do that? He said, I probably can't find 10 families that would be willing to do that. Senator Rand Paul weighed in as well. Listen.
They definitely think that money grows on trees, and I guess that's part of the green plan. If you add all of it up from the infrastructure bill, it's actually about $500 billion. So there's $174 billion for weatherizing houses, which actually never gets to energy efficiency to meet the cost. There's about $100 billion for electric cars. There's $10 billion for some kind of army of climate change people, some kind of climate core youth, sort of government-informed youths out there marching for things that the government tells them to do. I think all of it's horrendous, but the biggest problem is the financial drain on the country and the future of our country by spending so much money we don't have.
I can't believe we're having this conversation. We are energy independent for the first time in our history. There provides additional security and an economy that makes everyone envious, and they seem determined to destroy it. And nobody seems that alarmed.
Because they're Marxists. That's right. What this is. This is collectivism. Mark, you said who's going to tell the cows? Who's going to tell China? Because China's not abiding by all this nonsense that we're doing, and they're driving toward a future that they want to dominate.
They're building coal plants faster than any other country on the planet.
The president's meeting with the president of China will be in the summit tomorrow.
Oh, I'm sure he will scold him over that Zoom call about all those coal plants.
Absolutely.
Really get them.